Yes.
All right, we're going live, although you may have to update your links because YouTube is trash? I don't know.
Oh, we
We
have
have two
to
viewers. We might have two different...
we have to tell people that are on the other one.
Yeah, because for some reason YouTube wouldn't let me use the one I created last night. So I
Where
had to
did you
make a new one.
post it?
It's the same... Here, let me get you the link real quick. You now have the link? It's in the
Where?
Facebook chat.
I already put it in the live
Facebook.
chat.
Okay.
Fucking YouTube is garbage sometimes, just small ways. And my end of this stream is going to be particularly noisy because...
Oh boy.
we have a doggo and a cat.
Yes.
Well, you always have a doggo and a cat, no?
Yes, but often I leave the door closed because my brother is moving around and playing games and stuff. But today I left the door open because he's at work. And that means the dog came in.
Hello, Comrade Ibot. Hello, Ruth. And yes, little face cam. And
You
yes,
get to see my horrible face.
I gotta busy redo all of my links too as well. So welcome. It has been quite a week. This is Social Justice Alchemy.
Yes. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put myself on mute. Push to talk. I've been sick all week.
Yeah, just turn your fucking face from your mic.
It's been another week, but remember, the work week is a fiction. And come the revolution, which may be violent or necessary, and maybe people have to die. We'll determine that later. Hopefully not. Is every day would be the weekend. This is Social Justice Alchemy. Here we are joined by me, Jonathan Scott, Summer and the Geek. Jamie J is with us, and Latrano is with us, as John Brockman is with us, and no Tom McDonald or no Phoenix Rising 87. Well, Tom McDonald might join us later, but Phoenix is not going to be joining us. She did.
No, Tom isn't going to come.
Oh, he's not? Okay, no. I didn't see that message. All right. So it's just us four as we chat about whatever is happening in the socialist fever dream.
Oh, God.
Is it not making... Can you hear the music?
Can't you fucking warn us?
I can't hear the music. I'm assuming you can?
Get me.
But if I can't hear the music, that means the audience can't hear the music, and they have no idea what's going on.
Motherfucker!
Everything is fucked.
We can't hear you, John. You're muted.
So that means the audience can hear me, but you can't.
Muted.
Oh, this is completely fucked.
What a bozo. Unmute yourself! Oh,
You're supposed to be a push-to-talk thing, and I don't know the key for that, apparently.
Spacebar.
Spacebar. That's stupid.
You're the one that told Jamie about that, too.
So I installed OBS on my computer, and I'm setting up this thing here.
Mm.
So you know what I'm going to do with that and OBS.
Post lewds?
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted.
I have installed OBS and I'm setting up this.
I'm not looking at the video. Oh, there we go.
Are you going to be streaming?
Yes.
Cool. Because actually, now that I mention it, even though Twitch is the new thing, is going to start a thing, but Litrano, you have never met this person, Lil Nixo, but they love you, Lito, because they are also someone who suffers from fibromyalgia, and they totally get all of the brain fogs that you would get, and so even though they are also a narco-communist and a non-binary person. So.
Yeah, I know them. Lil Mix Theo.
Yes.
Who? They know me? Who? What?
They only know me because I mentioned you on their Twitch stream.
Oh, okay.
Because they mentioned of like how they only do like 1 hour or so of like Twitch streams because of fibromyalgia, but they do Twitch streams because it's easier for them to do as opposed to like YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to stream The Sims though for now.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not sure I'm up for political stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have Jamie's how do you call that? The thing tortoise have on their back?
Shell.
I don't have Jamie's shell. I don't do well with hate.
I don't think anybody
I can
does
fix that, Ruth.
well with hate. I would definitely do better without it.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I wouldn't pick fights with all those motherfuckers like you do because I would be scared of their followers.
To getting me to go off on you is to harass and abuse my partner, or harass and abuse me for an entire year until I get so fucking fed up with it that I'm like, hey, you know, we were friends for years and years and years, and like, I'm gonna let people know how you treat me.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only situations where I really go off like that. People are
Which
really,
makes you a harasser, apparently.
yeah, apparently.
Because logic.
Awful harasser. And you literally accuse people of, being friends with Jeffrey Epstein and flying out to his private island and shit.
Oh, it's just like, oh God.
And you tried to murder them. I mean, let's be honest. You actually tried to kill them.
Yeah, I'm I did not, but just for the record.
Mm-hmm.
I like your t-shirt, John.
Thank you. Kitty cat. Space cat.
So yeah, so if anyone was wondering, Cunty Beardo is still a motherfucker.
Which one?
This is
never
Peter.
mind.
The
It
number
applies.
one.
They're all cunty beardos.
We
Cheer
said
often.
we have another name for the other one.
All right.
Oh,
The cow.
I want to make a clarification because it sounds like a lot of people didn't get this. I leaked some logs with my interactions with Peter the Falcon to let people know that if that Peter is under NDA and cannot admit that he is Falcon the Hero from Game Ranks.
Mm-hmm.
So if your tweet includes that information, he can't put you on blast. That is the reason that I let that out. Apparently nobody said it, that part, which is very important to it, but okay.
What?
Yes. Oh, no. Yeah. So even Elon Musk Chung has mentioned how he, when he worked at Game Ranks, hired Peter Coffin.
Yes.
And
He's got an NDA about what?
NDA about him being Falcon on Game Ranks.
Yeah, so he's got a non-disclosure agreement, and NDA.
Oh, yeah.
I know what an NDA is. Okay.
And he makes videos for Game Ranks as Falcon.
Yeah, and
Still now?
Yes.
Yeah, still now. He did just the other day a video was published, but
And weirdest things that happened in the video game journals and the video games this month and the month of January or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't actually watch the video. I just know it said it was Falcon. So
Marty, I like some people are not calling him.
I like Deathbox. That's my favorite. That's my favorite that I've seen.
I like Cunty Beardo. It's
a good one, but it
yeah.
applies.
But they're
to
all
too many
cunty
people.
beardos.
I know it.
Yeah.
It applies to a lot of people, but it
So it's
applies
obfuscating.
to him very well.
But yeah.
Anyways.
So I wanna put that out there. So
So
people-
if we say
if you call him
what do
Peter
we
the
say?
Falcon,
So he can't. So he
Falcon.
can't.
if you instead of calling him Peter Casket, if you call him Peter the Falcon, even if he name searches you, he can't post like screens of it. He's under a non-disclosure agreement. He legally can't. So it will
That may
protect you
not
from
be true.
backlash.
Don't take legal advice from a podcast.
He's already acknowledged that he's under a non-disclosure agreement on Twitter. Somebody showed me after.
Yeah,
I
but that doesn't
let
mean
them
that
know.
he can't respond to you talking about him.
Yeah, that's true. I think that I think he probably can, but he can't put you quite as on blast. So hopefully he doesn't.
I think the most that he can do is just like subtweet you, essentially.
Peter the connard.
Which again, like John said, none of us are lawyers.
That's true.
I get what you're doing there, Ruth, but moving away from Peter the Falcon would completely undermine this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so
but it's funny.
Unless you specifically call him Falcon, that will not put it in the territory that a non-disclosure agreement would.
Nergrega, Peter Coffin has their head so far up there on us. They're a walking pretzel at this point.
Human Klein bottle.
That is fair.
Yeah, Peter Connard is good. If you speak French, you know what connard means. Jamie knows, I think.
I don't, but
Hunter.
I'll ask Shira later.
It's the male equivalent of bitch.
Oh,
yeah, gotcha.
Hey, Marty, do I still like I am in a can for some reason? I don't know how I can fix that.
No, it was because I was trying to use different, more comfortable headphones is all. And OBS is very literal about that.
Ouch.
Ow. I see. Okay. Hey, so hopefully my audio is good quality. Hopefully everyone's audio is good quality, and everyone, people are letting you know. For the podcast audience, what we're talking about is that, like, well, Jamie, do you want to tell the story, or do you want to tell the parts of it?
What?
Ultimately, what happened? Long story short, Peter Coffin is a YouTube funny man. Funny agender person. I don't know exactly how he would prefer.
Don't know how funny they are, but
no, he's not funny.
I don't know how they would prefer to.
Satirists.
Yeah, they're an internet comedian that focuses on political content.
And who occasionally kicks himself in the nuts.
Yes.
Anyway,
well, not anymore.
Yeah,
that we know of.
Not as far as anyone is aware of. Has he done that for many years? And I appreciate how that is was it intended as a joke, but whatever.
I don't mean the dog, David. Shut up. Sorry, Jamie. David is being a cunt in the chat for a change.
I see it. So Peter has repeatedly attempted to manipulate me into silence in critiques of various YouTubers, and recently, the most recent incident that kind of he tried to manipulate me into silence again over was when it was I acknowledged a suspicion I had to a partner of mine that so I don't know if anybody knows this part, but Peter has a long-standing story that he tells after he was outed as having an online girlfriend who wasn't who they said they were. He insists that he was catfished, and kind of implies that the catfish went away afterwards. And so I have I let my partner know that I've suspected for a long while, and I showed a few pieces of evidence, including some ages and some dates and some old tweets that I found when I started being concerned about this, that his wife, Ashley, was 17 when they met and when they started engaging romantically and or sexually. I don't know for sure that they engaged romantically and or sexually at this point, but I do think it's pretty certain that she was 17 and he was 25.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why it is that he doesn't talk about the truth of this, and he obfuscates it behind the story about catfishing. He found this tweet that really didn't get a lot of engagement and basically was already dead.
Yeah.
And he threatened me over Discord DMs.
Yes.
Because of it. So I made a tweet because I had decided, look, like he's been doing this way too long and I'm tired of it. People need to know that he's a harmful, abusive person. And that he's not safe to be around and that they should avoid engagement with him. And people aren't talking about this. And so I took screenshots of his threats. I contextualized them by just basically explaining that he found a tweet of mine from a bit back where it is I said something he didn't want me to have said. And made some vague threats about how he was going to be stalking me. And I'm sorry, I think his wording, stalking might not be proper. His wording was something like observe and report. Yeah, that was it. Because it has a connotation of government surveillance.
Snitching.
Yeah, snitching.
That
was that was what I
creepy.
thought he was threatening me with. I thought he was threatening to snitch on me. There's nothing to snitch on, but that is a really fucked up thing to say to an anarchist.
I mean, he's friends with, what's her name?
Yeah, he's friends with another well-known snitch.
With Lorelai Bailey, the snitch rapist.
Oh, yeah.
Who is literally responsible. By the way, people keep talking about how she raped people. That is really fucked up. The way more fucked up thing is that she snitched on activists, and she is the reason why Anonymous got shut down because of her snitching.
Wow.
Damn. I was not aware of that.
Fuck Lorelai Bailey.
Oh yeah, she's a piece of shit. I mean,
I think that is way more concerning. Like, I mean, obviously,
than being a rapist.
Yeah, being a rapist is obviously fucked up, but so I don't want to minimize that. But holy shit.
Yeah. Especially with like a leftist organization and stuff like that. We already have the problem of cops like infiltrating leftist organizations and for 6 years fathering 2 kids in some instances, and then be like, I'm a cop, and then leave. But also just recently the Guardian, like last month or a couple weeks ago, put like the IWW Extinction Rebellion as well, but and other leftist activist groups as like terrorist watch groups. And so
yeah, a bunch of leftist groups and also Extinction Rebellion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Extinction Rebellion are, well, they're a bunch of.
They're fairly liberal.
Yeah.
I agree with their general goals, but I don't.
Yeah, but
they're particularly effective.
God, in Europe, they tell people to surrender to the police.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But yeah, so. I made a post publishing the
Comrade
screenshots.
Ibot says, well, Jamie, you did shoot JFK.
I did see that. But I published the screenshots of him threatening me, and posted 2 tweets explaining the context of what should have been a no big deal statement it wasn't like a giant call out or accusation or anything. Yeah, it wasn't a giant call out or accusation. It was just a statement I had made on Twitter. And that what the statement was, that I was under the impression that Ashley was 17 and Peter was 25 when they met. I don't believe at any point, but before people, start accusing me of this, I don't believe at any point I said that he was a pedophile, or a groomer.
Deathbox killed Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't believe that he is a pedophile based on that necessarily. I think that is predatory behavior, and it is definitely concerning. And I think that that it is indicative that grooming very well may have occurred. But I don't think I've even said any of those things. So it is a little frustrating to get accusations that was my whole big thing. Anyway, I digress. The point is, my goal was to call out Peter for being an abuser. And Peter's response was to call me a liar and saying I made up, not even denying the accusation that he threatened me or abused me, but to say that I made up the claims whole cloth that he threatened me over. The claims that got almost no attention, and nobody nobody was going to probably ever see again if he hadn't brought this up.
No, but you're an harasser. You didn't even talk to him, but you harassed him.
Yeah,
by not talking to him, apparently.
Yeah. He has a perspective that only that he deserves to consent to. He reserves the right to consent to having anybody get his permission first, or consent to their discussion of himself or anyone who he associates with professionally or personally, in any kind of public capacity. And it's very frustrating. If you criticize Vosh or his wife or Ann J Speaks, who he also works with, if you criticize any of these people, and he feels that he has some prior association with you, like he did with me.
What the fuck, John?
Then he feels that it is his right to consent to whether or not you talk about any of these people, say anything publicly or privately that might make them look bad. And I'm not on board with that perspective. I guess he's welcome to it, but that was what I wanted to call him out over. Anyway, like I said, he made the conversation about the idea that his wife was 17 and he was 25 when they met. He accused me of making those accusations up whole cloth, and accusations in quotes, because it's not like I was like calling him out or like going to him with this shit. But that my suspicions were made up just to ruin him or whatever. And
sorry that John keeps writing bullshit next to your name in the live stream, and it's very funny.
You are responsible for all the evils of history, Jamie.
I told Darius the Greeks called him a dog.
I had to update it because I was specifically talking about the Persian invasion that led to the Battle of Thermopylae. So Xerxes the First, not Darius.
Okay. I do want to say I'm sorry for taking up so much of this. This is the first time I've been
don't
able
worry
to
about
make a
it.
public statement about it since one of Peter's stands got me banned over a
Don't
joke,
apologize for something shouldn't feel sorry about.
Gotcha. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I ended up posting a lot of proof and finding more proof than I thought that I had originally found.
Mhm.
And
She did, comrade.
And including that proof that the fake girlfriend / catfish who went by the name Kimi Kobayashi
Mhm.
was
Hello, new arrival.
openly discussed being the same age as, or the same, born in the same, on the same day. I don't think that they specifically said their age, but
Mhm.
born on the same day as
What's a newt?
a newt is like an amphibious lizard, not lizard, sorry, an amphibious little.
It's like a
Amphibian.
salamander,
Yeah, like
an amphibious
okay.
gecko.
Yeah.
They turned me into a newt. Tiny little thing lives in freshwater.
It's a stereotype of what witches do. So
Oh,
it's a joke
okay.
about witch hunts.
We say frogs in French.
Oh yeah, that's one
no
here
stereotypes.
too. Yeah.
Anyway,
No, but for real, in France, we say witches change people into frogs.
We say
Yes.
that here too.
yeah, we do that too. But like, she turned
They
me
say
into
too.
nude was a line from
And
Monty Python
Phoenix
Holy Grail.
says you
Yeah.
framed Roger Rabbit.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I saw that.
That Phoenix, you should broccoli him more often. You're very witty tonight.
So Jamie, you were on how so the proof was like kind of shown that like the fake girlfriend Kimi Kobayashi and Ashley have the same birthday as
Right.
well.
Yeah. So had the same birthday. Not in and of itself. Two people having the same birthday is not significant.
Mm-hmm.
But also lived in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Coffin met her apparently. Flew out there to meet her.
Okay, but why was she pretending to be Asian? Honestly, I don't get all that bullshit.
I assume to fulfill
drama.
Like, this is purely speculation. So
yeah, this
is literally just like I have no way to tell you his motives or her motives or anything.
Yeah. I just
Teenagers do stupid shit.
You're welcome to ask her. I'm honestly, yeah.
No,
I'm not gonna speculate about it.
There was a time where I really loved them both. I really enjoyed their videos on
there
was a time I was good friends with one of them and
once upon a time,
generally friendly with the other.
Same with ContraPoints, to be honest. But hey, I'm going to make myself a tea because I'm very thirsty, and I need to go to the toilet too.
All right, you enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Not the tea, the toilet use.
Yes.
Go enjoy that.
I'll enjoy the tea too.
I mean, if you must. But yeah, so there's proof that that she discussed living in Scotland, where Ashley was living. There's proof that Peter flew out. They both discussed Peter flying out to meet her there. They both had the exact same birthday. I later found out they both were fans of the same Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic franchise. And frequently made allusions, both under the name Ashley and under the name Kimi Kobayashi. That they both had the same jaw issue.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you could potentially not believe this.
Yeah.
Not hard to believe. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
it's
harder to not believe this, I think, with all of this evidence that they've both discussed having medical treatments for the same condition, that they both had the same birthday, they both are people who were in a relationship with Peter Coffin, that Peter doesn't seem to be willing to discuss when it is that he met Ashley. But there is evidence that he met Akimi Kobayashi when it is that she was when Ashley would have been 17, and you know, like
it's
the timelines all line up.
Yeah,
it's pretty clear that they have way too much in common, and dated the same guy. Supposedly within like he was married to Ashley within 2 years of when it is that he would have met Kimi. Like, it's a very small time frame for him to meet two women with this much in common, both in Scotland, over the internet.
Well, everyone knows all Scottish people are the same.
I mean, that is true, but
I'm Scottish in heritage, and so Scott's my last name, and that's public knowledge, and so.
So you're Kimmy. You were Kimmy, weren't you? Admit it.
Yeah, you were Kimi and Ashley Coffin.
Well, I do have affinity, but I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic yet, so it's like I don't have that affinity for that game. I can fake it, but like, but no, Peter Coffin has like repeated, like last year when that whole thing happened. It was honestly like the third or fourth time that the people were bringing up like how Lorelei Bailey, the snitch, as well as the rapist, was a mod on his Discord and on this channel. He made that video essay about his fake girlfriend. And I've seen him joke about Ashley being like, yeah, they think that like I made you up, Ashley, but look at you. You're not fake. You're not a made up girlfriend. You're real. You're right here, and you're my wife. And so it's kind of like, and then with everything else, again, nothing definitive, nothing conclusive, nothing like Ashley saying I am Spartacus or anything like that. So even though it was like I felt like a time when I was seeing those evidence pop up in the thread, it's like people getting out the red string and trying to all that. I'm more seeing it's like, no, we're just connecting dots because things line up. But still, it's just like I would just let people have that think for themselves about, is Peter a predator or pedophile or a groomer? I personally think it's just like it's concerning at least. That it looks like that he did either knowingly or not started dating someone when they were 17, and there's the age difference as well. Again, remember people, the rule of half your age plus 7.
Yeah, I also want to say I'm an anarchist. I kind of don't give a fuck what the law is.
Yeah.
I give a fuck about what is harmful to people, and it may or may not be a situation where harm is done. It definitely is a situation where I think it is appropriate to concern oneself as to whether or not harm was done.
Yeah. But then it was like apparently enough for like it was really just like one Twitter person that like they dox you or no not dox you, no one dox you, but we believe that this one person, I'm just going to put a link into the live chat to Danny Corks's like tweet with the picture of the person that we believe suspended your account is right there. So the suggestion to everyone, I block that person. I just put a link in the live chat. The photo of the person. Danny Corks is awesome. Follow him if you don't already. But the photo of Danny Corks has blocked that person, even if you're already blocked by that person, because I'm blocked by that person. The recommendation to just block that person because you're still appealing the suspension as well, right?
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it's been enough days. I'm pretty sure that they're just not gonna get back to me. I don't really know how that works, but
yeah,
I suspended it pretty much immediately when it happened.
Metaldu has me blocked.
Yeah, he has everyone blocked. Block him.
Yeah, to block him still. It's just like
Block him anyways because
he is.
will unblock you, or they. I think that they go by any pronouns.
Okay.
Anyway, they. I'm just gonna go with they because it's usually least offensive. And anybody's welcome to correct me if I'm incorrect about that. But or criticize me or whatever. I don't care. I'm off Twitter. I don't hear it. Bitch
yeah.
about me. Be upset. But no,
I'm
seriously,
back.
I do want to respect
He.
their gender, whatever, and their pronouns, whatever those might be.
So
Any and all. So
any
they
and all.
is fine.
Perfect. That is what I thought. So they are someone who has a history of.
Still talking about the motherfucker.
Different motherfucker. This is the one.
There are a lot of them. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot.
Which
But I put a link. Okay, Lito, in the live chat, I put a link to Danny Corks's tweet of the picture of the person that he and others recommend.
Oh yeah.
So that person, is.
Danny's cool.
He is, but the person that he is showing the screenshot of, is has a history of unblocking people just long enough to search for things to screenshot to engage in the harassment and abuse of these people, and potentially also just long enough to get them suspended from Twitter. So I would definitely block them regardless of whether or not they have you blocked. I do know, because they have contacted me from them repeatedly and circumvented my block of them repeatedly, that they have a lot of sock puppet accounts. So they probably still can search you, but this keeps you at least safe enough that they might not find out you exist if they don't know.
Yeah, at least it's an extra step.
Yep. Make it a little bit more
Twitter,
complicated.
I don't care.
Protect yourself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. So
everybody does it. It makes it way harder for him to
hide the memes of destructions.
Hello.
Yes, I have a nana, and I brought my cane to show it to you because it's pretty.
Oh, it is a lovely cane.
Paisley cane.
Nice.
I like Paisley.
And it's foldable.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's really good actually.
So it's a nunchuck cane.
Yes. Ooh, man, that would be so good. So anyway.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money on that last year because the handle is very comfortable for when my how do you call that?
Wrist.
Thank you. Are hurting too because when you have to, yes, it's very shiny. No, there's no sword in it. It's too heavy.
Yeah,
it's a nunchuck cane. Doesn't need a sword.
I don't remember what I was saying. Yes, sometimes I have to choose between the legs and the wrists, and it's not funny. So with that one, I have to choose less often because it doesn't fuck off my wrists as much. It's the same brand as the Dr. House cane, actually. I wanted the same as Dr. House because it has flames on it, but they don't do it anymore. Tom, he hurt his back.
Okay.
Today doing, I don't remember what.
I didn't see it in that. So, but so to give a break a little bit, I'm gonna show a couple of things that I will hopefully cheer us up and share. So let's wait. Okay, all those years we wasted fighting Judge Charles. 1 hour later.
The friendship of those two men is goals.
I have
Didn't
another.
McKellen propose to?
No,
No.
Stewart isn't gay.
No. Okay, so here we go. The dog is now going into the briefcase. Took off the glasses. Going in the briefcase. Okay, the dog's in the briefcase.
Marty posted that on her Facebook.
Yes, this is where I got some done. So, and then it came out a super dog, and the super dog's actually a character, actually. And then, like, and after I show it again, bam, there we go. It's always fun. Cute dog too. And then another one. I boiled a funny bone once.
No, you don't.
It's already on screen so people can see it, but it's just like, okay, that's fine. That pun is banned from the show, but you're.
I told Ryan, fuck you over this.
Okay, cute animals are allowed to stay, or a cute friendship between like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Phoenix, I'm not a fan of Dr. House, the character, anyway, even if
he's super
one
toxic.
could argue, yeah, but I like seeing a disabled character with an asshole because he's really not inspirational.
Not
And
inspiration porn.
That's something I like. But that I just like his cane because there's flame on it and I'm kind of a pyro in my mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie. I think I cut you off when I arrived. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't worry. I was just explaining. I don't know. I was part of what I wanted to do was explain the goals that I had in discussing the things that I said. Clearing my name a little bit, but mostly just like there are a couple things that you need to know to keep yourself safe. One of them is block Mythaldu. One of them is if you don't want Peter to be able to comfortably and safely call you out, draw attention to the fact that he is Falcon the Hero in game ranks in your tweet, because he is under non-disclosure agreement and it is not supposed to be publicly acknowledging this. And he's not a safe person to be around. Try and avoid him.
He has to be blocked, so it's just like, yeah, probably should block him too, just in case. But like, there are a bunch of other people who are awesome that you should like follow. Like Cult of Dusty is liberal, but still really good. You can like watch his channel and like follow him on Twitter.
Cult of Dusty has problems, but like I said last week, the progress he has made is amazing. He's receptive to
that's
discussion.
Yeah, I do appreciate some people who are receptive.
So,
but he has a beard. You can't trust his dudes with beards.
Shut up, John.
Well, then we can't trust you. Then,
hello,
John
memes of destruction.
Of
hello.
Yes, all men. Yes, all white people. I'm very.
Yeah, he's not there yet, and he's really not there yet. But he wants to, and like that's more important to me than a lot of things.
True.
People who make efforts, to be better.
Let's see. I'm wondering if there's like there's a big anti-cop demonstration that is happening right in New York. They stormed Grand Central.
Where?
In New York, and during rush hour.
Nice.
So that's good news that we can like talk about, and I'll get the link from the New York.
Yes, take example on us for that. On the French, I mean.
Yeah, you're still rioting too. I mean, the firefighters.
Have you seen? Oh yeah, the firefighters are so fucking badass. Well,
fighting the cops.
It's kind of sad because in France, 80% of firefighters are volunteers.
That's how it should be, and there's a lot of.
Whereas in the U.S., a lot of our firefighters are condemned criminals. Well, not condemned.
Oh yes, there's that.
Minors.
Unpaid minor criminals.
Yeah.
Well, prisoners, but slave labor.
Yeah.
And so they were the firefighters were protesting not for salary, as they are mostly volunteers, but regarding retirement pension, to be acknowledged that the job they do is dangerous, like and the government doesn't want to. So the firefighters joined the other protesters, and the cops fucking gassed them in the face. Like, so now the firefighters set themselves on fire to go fight the cops, and they defend. More importantly, they defend other protesters, and that's so fucking awesome. Like, can you say paladin, please? So yeah, I'm happy you are protesting too.
Moral of the story is, if you're a firefighter, don't have the cops back because they don't have yours.
Yes. Cops are bastards.
I
Even your
think
family
even
members.
in the US, there's bad blood between cops and firefighters, isn't it?
Yeah, there tends to be.
Yeah.
Just a reminder to the people who generally aren't either cops or firefighters that emergency service workers even don't like cops.
Yeah. So trust. Do you? That's why you got like paramedics and like most firefighters over cops, because like paramedics and firefighters are trying to save lives, while cops, of course, like serve to
Kill
protect
people.
capital. Yeah,
right, exactly. Firefighters and paramedics save lives. Cops kill and torture people. That's their whole job.
Yep.
Yeah, but in your country, if you feel you are in danger, if you need medical assistance, you call 911. That means cops show up to you. No.
Yep.
It's not the case here. You have different numbers.
Oh, that's interesting. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
It would be great
I mean,
if we had that.
How is calling the cops on someone who is suicidal a good thing? Honestly,
Because the cops, please help people.
It's not. I've been in that situation, so it does nothing good for no people.
No, I know that was a rhetorical question.
Yeah. True.
That was
it was rhetorical. I was answering
to emphasize how silly that was. I mean,
yeah,
paramedics know how to handle that shit. I mean, they understand
as somebody
mental
who
illness and
so I have a background. I don't talk about this too much publicly, but I have a background in mental health. And,
like as the professional, you mean?
I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but I do have.
No, but you mean
an
not as
educational
a
background.
Okay, not as a patient. That was my point.
Oh yes. But yeah. So I do have a background in mental health, and one of the things that during the certification process that I had to go through.
I'm going to block you, David, I swear.
One of the things that I learned is in the certification process is police are the last people to get involved when someone, like, unless there's absolutely no way around it to ethically and safely keep people safe, like, don't get cops involved because it will make things worse.
Yeah, totally. Also, even if you have been attacked, stabbed or shot or whatever, cops can wait. You know what I mean? In France, you call the firefighters or the paramedics, and they come and they call the cops at the hospital once you're safe. I don't. It's weird that. Yeah, I don't like the 911 system.
Yeah, and
Also, if you need the cops, you don't have to fuck with the time of paramedics too. You know what I mean? I never need the cops, but if you need to call the cops because you have been, I don't know, robbed or raped or whatever, and you need to call the cops, if you call 911, everyone comes, even if you don't need paramedics, right?
Well, actually, so I worked at a gas station, and I worked there for 4 years and 3 months, and this actually happens more often than you would think. People will accidentally lock themselves out. They'll keep the
just 1 second. Phoenix, testosterone for a beard, it takes years to have a beard. It's like the last thing that happens.
Yes. Well, but then again, now, so it's like I have family members, my uncle on my mother's side. It will take him 5 years to grow a beard because that's how long it takes to grow it. Well, for me, it takes me 3 months or so. So some people are follically more well endowed than others, and even people who have testosterone or lots of it. But I worked at a gas station. We had a number for just the police department, like local department in the city. I will call that number. Someone is locked out of their car, and they'll say, call 911, but say it's not an emergency. Because, 911, what's your emergency? Not an emergency. Someone locked out their keys in their car, and then the cops will show up.
I do want to say that that depends on the dispatch center that is local to your area.
True. So
so where you live, that might not be the advice that is worth taking, but it is definitely something to look into.
Okay.
Your local police department, police are crap, but they will be the people who know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sometimes you have to rely on them because there's literally no one else to talk to for some stuff.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about how the system revolves, or like how they are involved in this system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just if you ask them, the proper way to go about reporting or engaging with a non-emergency incident.
No, but I mean, like, if you're a victim of assault, for example, and you want to go through the justice system, you have to go through the cops.
Yep, that is
don't have a choice. You have to go through that. So,
and I definitely don't. I don't judge people who are, for instance, victims of violent and harmful crime for doing that, especially if they disagree with me politically on that. So.
Also, I'm going to put into the live chat. It's a audio, but it's a video too. But it's just the audio of from Audible Anarchists, A World Without Cops, and it links to the website as well, World Without Cops as well. So
cool.
Yeah, what people don't understand is that when we talk about abolishing the police, it's not about abolishing the function that the police should serve.
Right.
It's abolishing the police as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get a lot of this stuff. A lot of people, when you talk about anarchism,
criminal investigators and stuff like that would still exist.
I mean, there's already like PIs, private investigators. So
the justice you can afford.
There's even like detectives are not necessarily always cops.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are members of the police, so
they're like
usually. Well, in France they always are, but
like Jonathan was saying, some of them are private.
Mm-hmm.
They're private detectives.
Yeah.
But and usually what happens is the cops will contract out to them, but at least that's the thing in America. It's probably just America, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's a good thing if some investigators are not police.
It's not exactly, because it's the same concept as like private military contractors here.
Oh, okay. So it's not a good thing. Okay.
It's not necessarily good, but it is, you know. it's possible to not literally be part of the state and do good detective
just
work.
one thing, Marty. Steve was already a Bernie bro last time around. He just voted for Hillary because Bernie didn't get the nomination, but he voted for Bernie in the primary last time.
Yes, he did.
So we didn't change him.
Yeah. He has said that like he doesn't like say Bernie bro in this one just because like he was
that's just for the purpose of speed that I said he was a Bernie bro. Obviously Bernie bros are oh shit. So
Steve is totally a
but...
social democrat verging on democratic socialist. He's almost there. I think.
Yeah.
Jonathan, your essays aren't necessarily helping.
Probably not.
No, but they're helping with people who listen to him, though. So
agitprop, it's good agitprop.
They're not detracting either because Steve has a sense of humor, and I think he takes Jonathan's questions as something funny. He does engage with it, so if it was really bothering him, he could tell Jonathan to take his patronage and put it up his ass. He already did with some assholes he didn't want. So he's willing.
Yeah,
he's a willing victim of Jonathan's political.
Well, he said that like last time in last way. Oh, here's some random geek, the star of the live chat, and it's kind of because like earlier one I said, oh, it's the Steve Shine's live chat. Time for me to perform agitprop, and he mentioned that he really liked that in the pre-show to the Patreon hangouts. So he does, yeah. So, but honestly, yeah, if even if I cannot convert like C-Shies in that thing, and I feel like, I think I realized too. It's
I don't think Steve needs converting.
True.
I think Steve needs chatting.
Yeah, I think that's true. But I will use the fact that he will read them out as a way to like get the ideas out there. And get him to cool, like quote Rudolph Walker once.
Oh no, Marty is way too left to be Dr. Winters.
Winters is way liberal, way centrist.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, my only problem with Christy personally is she went after Jonathan. I don't really care about the rest. Her shit politics or something. I
actually didn't know that Christy went after Jonathan.
I put up with for a long time, and I could have put up with it some more because, well, she was my friend and she had my back. But if she's going to go after the people who are always having her back, she can go fuck herself. Actually, that's my beef with her. So.
I do want to like bring up something I have not mentioned public. I did screw up in one way because yes, on that day where Christy Winters was laughing at the queer Fat Five, one of them saying that like, hey, at least Ronald Reagan like put gel in his hair, unlike Bernie Sanders, and she laughed at that. And we reacted as like, wow, you're showing your privilege there. And I did see her later that day that she said, I'm being canceled for laughing at a joke, and I did really hate that. But like I did screw up in a way because like that day was the November edition of Let Them Eat Keck with Christy Winters, Cognitive Society, and Kevin Logan on Kevin Logan's channel. I put the link to that tweet in the live chat, and Christy DM'd me saying it's like, what the fuck was this? Because I was dragging the drama that was happening on Twitter to Kevin's audience in the Let Them Eat Keck live chat. But also in that live chat, that's where I was like doing my agitprop and like
that doesn't justify what she told you.
Yeah,
that doesn't justify making friends with snarky and whatever with the people who hate you and spewing the exact same rhetorics as them.
Well, yeah,
because I mean, fuck that shit. I'm sorry, but you don't do that. You don't do that to someone who has had your back for years. That's That's not the kind of thing I'm looking at kindly.
Yeah.
First of
I
all, you
just-
don't fuck with my friends, and two, you don't fuck with people who have your back. It's not good optics, let's say.
Yeah, I can still easily have like a just like a chat about this in DMs and stuff like that. So I did want to mention that like I did at least something that did upset her that could
Yes,
be.
but being upset doesn't justify it. Being upset would have justified her giving you a talking to in private.
Yeah, which is what she did actually. Now I haven't like responded back or responded to like the last thing she actually said, where she asked me not to like copy and paste.
Anyways,
spam the chat.
Marty, stop talking about Dr. Winters.
But for Jamie, the reason why Kristen Winters went after me is because in that same live chat, I doing my thing and I said, kill all landlords with a laugh, we're on a four laughing emoji. That's I do. And Winters said, my mother's a landlord. Do you want to kill her? And then I explained.
Yes, literally,
like, okay.
with a knife.
And she said,
yeah,
okay,
no, but
maybe.
Honestly, she understands it when we say kill all
Maybe
men
say that.
and stuff like that.
True.
She does. So
yeah,
fuck it. I mean,
yeah. So she still thinks that capital as a concept is like still a good thing. I bet she still thinks that, and I remember saying that like, hey, Marx was right, and related to something like that, and then she said, "That's not
you're cutting out. You're
you're
cutting out,
else.
Jonathan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, Marty. Yeah,
or is it me?
No, it wasn't just you.
Yeah, it's my internet. It's my internet.
I was worried it was mine.
No, my internet was unstable.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what we were talking about before.
Yes.
Marty.
So yeah, that's
the shit. Yeah. So I contacted.
Cops. We were talking about cops. That was the last major. Corey
all
Johnson.
cops are bastards. Yeah, I contacted him, and he was very enthusiastic at the idea of coming. But that is an awesome person. So. Oh, we are losing you, Jonathan.
We should probably make a list of all the people that. Hold on. Because it's weird, because like I still see interact with you guys.
Yeah, Marty said you turned into a Dalek. Please say exterminate.
Exterminate.
Have I sent you my video of Dalek relaxation yet?
Yes, you did.
Oh. Yeah, so he's got pretty shitty work hours. So, like, he often works Friday nights shifts. So he'll tell me when he can come on a Saturday morning for him, because he's from Saskatchewan. So I think it's the same time zone as you, Jonathan.
Saskatchewan will be pretty close.
You or maybe Tom.
Yeah, well, somewhere in near there. Yeah, I switched over to my phone as a hotspot now. Is my internet better?
Maybe.
I'm not downloading technical porn. Hey, Zoomy Nation.
Saskatchewan could be close to Tom, except it's a tall province.
So it's either in my time zone, Tom's time zones, or Mountain time zone.
Really?
It looks like it's north of Montana.
Mountain, then most likely. Because there's Eastern, there's Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
Saskatchewan?
But Court Johnson, for those who don't know, is the host of the Brainstorm podcast, the Hardcore Skeptical podcast, and possibly Skeptical
Central UTC -6.
Okay, so it's
In
be
most
same
areas.
as like, yeah, so it'll be like, so most likely be like same time zone as Tom.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
mountain
it's
near the
not-
city of Lloydminster.
It's not too early like you, if it
Right.
works a night shift.
Yeah, we probably should like make a Google Doc of a list of the awesome people that we invite on.
Yeah. So yeah, Corey has a podcast with a bunch of people that are all across the political spectrum. Well, no, they're all leftist, but he's the only anarchist of the bunch. Maybe the amazing Dave is a leftist too. An anarchist too. I don't know for sure. But yeah, there are skeptics, but not piece of shit ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
know-
you take a look at like crooks, like mediums, psychics, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or pseudoscience, like goop.
So what else has like happened this week? We already mentioned the cop demonstration in New York. That's finally some good news. Bernie Sanders also releases like disability policy plans, and from what Phoenix said in her post, disability rights, civil rights, wide-ranging and covering issues of healthcare, employment, social security, education, environmental justice, housing, immigration, incarceration, technology, and voting. So good policy-wise on paper. This is good for like Bernie Sanders. And I'd like to see a lot more politicians like have like policies kind of similar to like that.
When are the results of the primaries?
So when the DNC, the Democratic National Convention happens, that's basically when they will finally choose their candidate, unless it's like already like
there is no date fixed.
I have to like look it up. It's usually like in July or something like that.
Oh, okay.
There's also like one day where there's a whole bunch of primaries that happen. That's called Super Tuesday. Not sure what date that is, but like that's where a huge bulk of like the primaries will happen. And usually by that time, the clear front runner, if it's a clear front runner, it's going to be the nominee. Okay, what's someone
David, it says neoliberalism is just liberalism with Keanu Reeves' acting ability. That's very accurate. And iBot says next week the White Knights of the KKK are marching on DT Portland. DT downtown?
Yes.
Downtown.
Or Donald Trump's.
Oh, God. Have you seen the ad with for condoms with Donald Trump in the condom?
The Brazilian things, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Brazil can talk, but
yeah.
Their president is at least as bad as Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, once we finally get the guillotines and have the revolution, Brazil can cut off the head of Bolsonaro and then play football with it, with his head, making it Bolsonaro.
Oh, there's Zoomer Nation that I hadn't seen.
They
Vosh is also live streaming right now. Well, I know what I'm going to watch. Thank you. You're still here commenting, I gather that wasn't Vosh. So hi.
Yeah, they commented on my one of my videos. They asked me a question if I want to talk about cancel culture on their channel or something like that. So
God.
He commented on I think it's on my ContraPoints video that I posted 2 weeks ago. This week I posted the Pony Jar one.
Oh God, yes, I saw.
And you love
Don't
that music
Google
too.
Pony Jar.
I
artwork.
love that intro music. We should use that for the podcast.
Are we allowed
Yes.
to?
I found it in the free YouTube audio library. So long as we use like the
I think it would be way more appropriate for what we do here.
it's called splashing around. Yeah. So as long as we use the Creative Commons license, I think 4.0, then like you have the license to use it.
Or John, we could write a song one day. You play and I sing.
Oh.
Something silly as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and there's like okay, so like I also remembered, yeah, and then like earlier this week, Cheater often has like a hot take of like Gamergate having justified.
Yeah, can we not talk about him anymore tonight?
Sure, yeah, that's fair.
I'm on
That's fair.
overdose like right now. I already want to go find out where he lives to go break his knees with that.
Anyway,
Hello, Lefto.
oh hello, Lefto Sack. Nice to see you here. I might as well go to the actual Google Doc we have of like things to chat about.
Well, EA announced that The Sims 5 would be an online game, and the whole of the Sims community is having a breakdown over it because we've been waiting for an online feature in the game for a long time.
So that you could make your dollies have sex with other people's dollies?
Yes.
Hey, do you mind if I just step in for a sec and
Go ahead.
point out that the Creative Commons license, there are multiple versions of it, and they all have different. If we're talking about Creative Commons 4.0, it could be Creative Commons 4.0 non-commercial, which would preclude us from using it for this show because we do accept Patreon donations to subsidize the cost of running it.
Can you stop being a nerd for 3 minutes?
No, and I like her for being a nerd.
That is so not how this show works. Not being a nerd is not what we're about.
Speaking of nerdiness, going back to anarchist abolition. One thing that I see a lot of people who misunderstand is this idea that when anarchists talk about abolishing something, we want everything else the same, and we just want to remove that thing.
Yeah.
And really what we want is to create structures in our communities that make like the state and police and prisons obsolete and unnecessary.
True.
And abolish, like we want to guarantee the abolition of those things by making them unnecessary and noticeably more harmful. So yeah, I'm not a lawyer, David.
And we already said do not take legal advice from a podcast
or a YouTube show.
Also, my girlfriend is offering to write us a jingle. She's a musician.
Nice.
Well, John is a musician too, so he could do it. Well, he did it, but it's not that funny.
But I'm just saying, if anybody wants that, like it's an offer that has been raised. And I did not kill Epstein. I paid someone else to.
Like you can afford it.
Yeah, no, I definitely cannot afford that.
Oh yes, so some of you are aware because I talked about it in our PM on Facebook. But for our audience this week, the admins at Anarchist Memes have been accused of being CIA plants for criticizing Soviet aesthetics.
Yes.
Like, basically, we posted a meme that said brutalism sucks, basically, and the tankies lost their shit.
I kind of like brutalism, but that is still a
I really don't, but that's not the point.
Oh no, I was saying,
No.
as someone who likes
brutalist architecture is not the same thing as brutalist porn, Jamie. It's totally different.
Oh no, I like both those things. But no, brutalist architecture. I like And even I understand why
Yeah.
people don't like it. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the name, isn't it? No, but
Brut-
it wasn't just about the architecture.
the name
It was,
is from French,
yes,
but
brutal.
yeah,
But you know what a brute is. What
I do.
it means raw. So yeah, it's not very appealing to the eye. It's literally the goal of the thing. But it was about that and the golden statues, and it was a post that kind of mocked the tackiness of a red, quote unquote. Oh, I have the camera. I can read nationalism. Like in China, and the statues of Mao and the statues of Lenin, and I mean, if you have an ounce of it, that's not even the point. No one is a CIA plant for saying an architectural style is ugly. I mean, like, what the fuck?
I also saw like someone commenting because like Christiosity made a good video last night. Happened to be critiquing arguments by counterpoints in the canceling video. I decided to post that the like left to like a posting group and just like, wow, you guys are just going to like anything criticizing Contra possibly. You're just going to like. One said that this was like a CIA op from like COINTEL Pro or COINTEL. So it's just like, what? And some guy said that like, this is harassment. It's like making a video about like critiquing Contra's like canceling arguments is now harassment. Whatever.
Also, she's not even actually a leftist.
Yeah, she's not.
I can't even with those liberals anymore. I swear.
Comrade Ibot. The only reason I chose Zack Snyder for the DC movies is because he's so perfect for the role of a neoliberal fascist, or a neoliberal leaning fascist, like Batman.
It didn't make Batman.
Oh, I know. I was just.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Actually, the Batman movies are the only one that are in complete shit. So, well, that's
no. He did do Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The movie they had to hide what's his name?
Yes, that one.
Chin, because no one can possibly not know it's him with that chin. That's funny.
Yeah.
And yet my coworker said that like
Aquaman is shit. Come on, it's pretty, but it's shit.
I still like Aquaman though.
It's shit.
I like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's not shit, but
out of all of them, I think Wonder Woman is the one that I like best.
Yeah, well, Shazam is cool, but
I do wish that an Israeli apologist was not the lead actress who played Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but she's
not even just an apologist. She literally worked for them as doing like modeling for like recruitment and shit.
It was
she
when
also worked for them.
It was when just a correction. It was when she was in the army, when she was doing military service. Everyone does the military service in Israel. It's obligatory. It's mandatory.
But that's okay. Yeah, that's mandatory. She didn't have to go out of her way to do activism work for them.
No, she didn't. I agree for that. But saying she did model for them, blah blah, that was part of her.
No, it wasn't. That was after. She did training for them. Okay. She was a trainer, firearms, a marksman trainer.
Don't get me wrong, I can't stand her. But I mean, we don't cancel. I think for once the fucking word is appropriate. Guys like Christian Bale or Gary Oldman, when they are literal wife beaters. I don't think
watch
she
me.
should be.
I'll wife beat Christian Bale.
Well, he didn't beat his wife; he beat his mother and sister. But
Okay,
you know.
well then I will mother and sister beat the shit out of him. But yeah, no, I don't like him. So
Yeah.
I do agree that there are people who will hold one accountable and not the other. But I think I don't think that that's the reason why it is that we shouldn't hold both accountable.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I didn't make Domino's pizza super gross.
Introduce Woody Allen to Roman Polanski. Oh God.
I made it more expensive than it needed to be. It was already super gross when I got there. I just want to clarify. on that.
Today I saw the list of Roman Polanski's accusers and their age, and I didn't know they were so young. Like,
Oh yeah,
they're
it was
as
super
young
gross.
as 9 years old. Fuck's sake.
Okay, I didn't know about the 9. I knew about the 13.
No, there's
I knew-
1 9 and 2 10.
Oof.
That's
Why do people?
nauseating. And in France, the cinema people can't hide their boner for him. And it's disgusting.
Just terrible.
Whoopi Goldberg stand for him, and yeah.
Yes, Whoopi Goldberg did stand for him.
She also told what's his
she's not
nuts
the
to do
only one.
blackface.
Let's
True. Harrison Ford stand. There's so many people that stand for
also
Roman
Whoopi
Polanski. I don't wanna-
Goldberg is like the biggest liberal in the world. So
Yeah.
who's Edge?
Don't know. Oh, they from U2, right? Is that what you're referring to, Ruth? I'm guessing. Age.
Sorry, my accent is shitty.
No, Ruth had said Edge. Oh, well, okay. So that's
because they thought I was saying Edge. That's my accent. I'm sorry, Ruth.
Nah, it's okay.
But at the same time, she makes some assholes shit their pants with her period products made with weed or whatever. Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know. She's a complicated character.
Anyway.
But yeah, she's not a leftist by any stretch of the imagination.
Not even a little bit.
No.
I mean, how many actors defended what's his name, Woody Allen?
So many. The last big one I knew is like I already mentioned on the show. Jeff Goldblum.
Jack Nicholson.
Jeff Goldblum too.
Jeff Goldblum said that it has to be like a presumption of innocence.
Oh,
that's for the court, not for us.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
That's something liberals have and conservatives alike, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Have in common. They don't understand really the difference. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it depends when it's what's the word? Convenient for them or not. Because like I said with Christy, when we say kill all, I don't know, men, she understands that it's
completely literal with a knife.
What's the word that I am looking for? Hyperbole. Hello, Johanna.
Joanna, hello. Hello, Joanna. Not Joanna, our mutual friend.
Hey, Joanna. I was actually just about to get back to you on the thing that you asked if I could confirm.
Oh, yeah.
Johansson is a piece of shit. Sorry.
Johanna.
No, I was responding to Ruth.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I want you to know that the reason why it is that that you have heard that is that specifically, I mean, for everybody who doesn't know what I'm referring to,
No, we are not
she asked
ignoring
if I
you.
can. She asked if I could confirm that Peter Coffin is in fact Falcon the hero from Game Ranks. I can.
Ian Miles Chung confirmed it.
I can. And I confirmed it. I have chat logs that I showed some people to let them know that he is under a non-disclosure agreement.
Sorry.
And so it might help protect you if you critique him publicly, to acknowledge in that critique that he is Falcon the hero. Because he is under a legal obligation not to publicly acknowledge that.
He's blocked me, so I can criticize him publicly. I don't give a shit.
He went behind a lot of people's blocks to screenshot them and publish the screenshots. So
No,
that will not protect you.
I was just joking. I'm not going to talk about him because I don't give a shit about that little dick. Sorry for the toxic masculinity bit here, but
yeah. So I want you to know that it is true. You can protect yourself by acknowledging that to some extent when he when you criticize him publicly, and that is the reason why it is that I showed people logs about them talking about being Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
anyways,
I assume, how it is that got out.
Overdose.
Hmm?
No shit, Johanna.
Yeah, no one wants to use Ant-Man as a sword.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man.
Oh, speaking of no fishy fashy this week, I didn't have the spoons to
That's
no,
fine.
it's okay.
read stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's funnier when we have a guest.
True, it is.
I slept all day yesterday, and it was wonderful.
Mm.
I'm jealous. I haven't slept in
Well, I was aided by NyQuil.
way too long.
Mm.
By what?
NyQuil, cough syrup medicine. So.
Oh.
With alcohol.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure NyQuil doesn't have alcohol in it.
No, it's alcohol. No, NyQuil is kind of like almost famous.
Except,
for,
this is the off-brand version, but still, even though I'm pretty sure it just makes you drowsy because of the antihistamines.
Well, it does that, but like at least NyQuil has like 10%, so it's like a little bit of like alcohol, so it's not locked. It's not like, yeah, people do like drink cough syrup, but the kind of cough syrup that they'll drink has a lot of alcohol in it, and is the one you can only get at the pharmacy. They call it syrup. They used to call it like syrup, but like I don't know. I'm not in that scene whatsoever.
Why do they drink cough syrup and not beer?
They want the cough syrup has a high amount of like alcohol and want to get like wasted quickly, I think. Or there's also
why is it?
Also, you can buy it at 18, but not 20.
Yeah. So there's that. There's also the fact that a lot of brands of cough syrup, and it really depends on like the state you're in, because in some places they can't put pseudoephedrine in it if they're gonna sell it at like a drugstore, just like without
Your
a prescription.
country is weird as fuck. Like,
yes,
Comrade Ibot gets it.
You get
codeine,
you can get codeine over the counter.
Well, pseudoephedrine, not exactly codeine, but a similar, less strong but similar substance. We can also get recreationally. We can get something called kratom, which is an opioid.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Really? Oh, I didn't think it was. Oh, so a lot of people say it would work for fibromyalgia, but if it's an opioid, it won't work.
It's a lot of things, but it does have opioid effects.
Mm-hmm.
No, but
it's also a stimulant drug. It's also.
Is it a derivative? Is it from opium? Actually, from
No,
the flower. So it's not an opioid.
It's an opioid receptor agonist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
But it's not like
Not
opium.
from poppies. No.
Poppies. That was the name I was.
It's
for.
more closely related to like the tea tree.
Okay, because plants that are meds molecules that are derived, oh, for fuck's sake, derivative from poppy don't work because they're not acting on the nervous central system, and that's the only receptors that will
yeah, they interact with the
anyways
the opioid receptors, and it's more about overpowering the pain response than it is about preventing it. And because of the point at which fibromyalgia causes pain, yeah, you are correct about that. But
maybe one day we'll have a real treatment for fibromyalgia, like
I was going to say, just so you know,
specifically
it mostly affects women, so why would we? I mean,
yeah,
from personal experience, I can tell you that kratom does help for fibro.
Yeah, I don't care. It's
opioids
not legal in my country, but I mean, it's effective not in the right way. What we need is something that's been engineered especially to act as
I mean, it isn't an opioid because it's not. It has,
what's the fucking word I'm looking for fuck's sake?
I'm
antalgic.
Sorry, I was responding, Johanna.
Sorry. We need something that's an antalgic of the central nervous system. Right now, we only use stuff that have that as a side effect, which
are we
honestly,
talking about an antagonist?
No, antalgic. And does it
generalized painkiller?
Oh, analgesic.
Analgesic. Sorry.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Antalgic is the French word. I'm sorry.
I understand now.
Analgesic. We need something that is an analgesic of the central nervous system. So antidepressors have that as a side effect, and Lyrica, which is an anticonvulsant, so for epilepsy, has that as a side effect. So that's the two meds that are prescribed to people with fibromyalgia. So yay for unnecessary medication and effects and all that. Yes, anal something, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call you David each time you say something that pisses me off.
And apparently, John, I checked the live chat on YouTube, the live stream on YouTube again. Apparently, Jamie interfered to evolution to make penises.
Mm-hmm. No, we moved on since then. I've changed it again.
To be honest,
makes non-consensual art.
I don't regret that.
Fuck
one.
you.
That allegation. I will wear that with pride.
Which
Anyways,
one? The penises or the non-con art?
You okay, darling?
My point is, it would be nice if we had an actual med for our actual illness that's affecting roughly 1% of the population. So it's not a rare illness.
Yeah, we should probably stop making that joke about non-consensual art, because whereas it was an inside joke that we all get, that it was a misspeaking, the humor is derived from a rape joke.
True.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm on 300 milligrams per day, Johanna. That's a lot. Anyways, I have a conspiracy theory about that I made up in my mind about the disparity in men and women for fibromyalgia, because when we say men and women, it's not females and males, it's the genders. Women, including trans women, are more affected by fibromyalgia than men, including trans men. So it's not a biological stuff. And my conspiracy theory is that, one, we know women, statistically, women take pain way more than men. Men are sissies, basically.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I use that word only because vocabulary is hard to take. Second point, 85% of people who have fibromyalgia are women, regardless of cisness or transness. They're women. Third, we know men commit suicide at a higher rate than women. So my theory is that the men who have fibromyalgia actually commit suicide, and that's why there's so big of a gap. That's not a fun conspiracy theory. I should have precise it.
We also have like it's it has a high prevalence or high comorbidity with post-traumatic stress disorder.
What, fibro?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
I didn't know that.
And so I don't know if it might be related to trauma, or if it might be
I don't have
to,
PTSD, so
it might be related to pain
that I know,
which can cause PTSD depending upon what caused the pain.
Yeah, so the misogyny that makes that it's not really research might be cause for a lot of men dying, because I know men are not good with pain, and the amount of pain we take when we have fibromyalgia might be maybe too much for a lot of men. That's my slightly misandrist conspiracy theory about the gap in gender in fibromyalgia patients. I'm not a doctor. I'm a rando on the internet. Do not listen to me, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm not a doctor. I was pre-med, but I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor either. Oh, my mom was pre-med, but that was it.
I'm not a doctor, but I am a cishet white guy, so I have the confidence of a doctor.
Yeah,
I have the confidence of a doctor.
John is a cishet white dude, so he is simultaneously, like, even before like graduating, like, from high school. Yeah,
I know as much as any doctor. I am certain
any
of
doctor, any lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You can take his word as you would a professional expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in brief, fibro patients are fucked, and we don't know why we are in pain, but we are in pain, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, and not only do we have this ableist society, and
in most countries we are considered able to work.
Yeah, and that's just
which I'm telling you, we're not. We're really not.
Yes, left of sad sack. Jamie has already apologized for drilling the fishing hole on Atlantis when it was an island.
Why? Just because you sink one entire advanced nation state, and nobody lets you live it down. Like, come on.
I mean, I saw that movie, Lost City of Atlantis. It's fine. It's just like it's that movie was, of course, the Disney movie was a remake of essentially of like Nadia and the Secret Room of Water. But at least with Atlantis, it's just a movie and it doesn't have like a long magical island arc that really killed that show. But
I like the Disney movie. I think Kida is my favorite
Did you just
Disney
accuse me of being an
princess.
alien?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, what do you say this time?
Okay. I'll go for it.
David says Jamie gave all white men the vote.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they gave women the right to vote, then obviously women must have given them the right to vote, right? Like that's how it works.
Are you a woman though?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
I'm a woman and a demi boy.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I thought you were a red panda.
I can be lots of things.
No, that's
Some
true.
red panda can be girls.
Yeah, I'm a demi fluid girl, so I'm sometimes a girl. I'm also a demi boy.
I'm demi non-binary. I might be fluid. There's some.
Oh God, I've been locked from Twitter because I told the guy that I hope he gets a herpes.
Yeah, I went back to the thread because of notifications, and it's just like, oh, this tweet would violate terms of services rules. Says that's why I can't see it. Ah, I see. Again.
I don't give a shit about Twitter. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, can I say one thing? Stop telling me that people like to protect myself legally. Like, I assure you, I have not committed
I
libel.
told you in private because
Oh
regardless
no, it's
of what
Julie.
you-
This isn't a call out of you. Lots of people have sent me messages. Please stop sending me messages. It is very frustrating. It is very stressful having people repeatedly remind me that a serial abuser with a lot of power is trying to make me out to be libelous.
Yep.
But I know this. Like, trust me, he made me very aware of it. So,
comrade, I didn't tell them to go kill themselves. I would never.
Mhm.
I told him, I hope he gets herpes. Herpes.
Genital herpes.
Just
I did go
herpes.
over the terms of service when I was writing my appeal, and it specifically prohibits any wishing of disease, deadly or not. So
Really?
yeah.
No, but it's funny because that was written, which means a lot of people must have wished other people. I think it was written because other people wished cancer on other people, not herpes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was, but that doesn't matter because that's how it was worded.
Yes,
now,
no, I
and
don't.
people
I
are
don't really
enforcing it.
care. I just find it funny that people who are probably calling all of us snowflakes have reported a tweet where I say, "I hope you get herpes."
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a social justice warrior, woke scold snowflake. Yeah. That's why it is you're so fucking scared of me. Jesus.
I mean, there's a war on BreadTube, and I was just like, and it's just like, wow, when does this happen? I know what he's, it's because like, wow, I guess we're fighting a war. No, we're kind of like we've like calling people out on their bad behavior, but we don't always talk about it. Just talk about like other things, like whatever.
David, I actually have herpes, labial herpes, that graces me with its presence when I am very stressed and tired and all that. So I know it's not good or fun, and that's why I wish it upon people I dislike.
Yes, comrade, but the enemy must be simultaneously strong and weak. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that reminds me of some kind of like large scale nationalistic movement of some kind. I can't think of which one.
Yeah.
I have been blocked from Twitter twice, and the first one it was for telling a TERF she was an idiot, and this time it's for telling someone I hope he gets herpes. I really should start making real insults and not being so mild with people because I'm getting blocked anyways.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, honestly, if you tell somebody, if you just insult them, you are less likely to get in trouble than making a flippant, joking remark like "I hope you get herpes."
I
Which is
wasn't
really
joking.
messed up.
I really wish he gets herpes.
Oh well, yeah, no, then you definitely violated terms of service. I made a joke. I made a joke is what got me suspended. I made a joke about how if a friend of mine feels bad because long story short, I said something critical of Natalie Wynn. H bomber guy is friends with her. Was rude to me.
Yes, he was.
And probably unintentionally.
That dude is such
or
a
unthinkingly
cunt.
at least ended up leading a lot of people to be very rude to me as well.
I
and
remember those notifications.
Yeah, Jonathan was I was replying to Jonathan and he replied to my reply. Or H-bomb replied to my reply. But this a friend of mine was felt guilty because they still like H-bomb's videos. So I was like, yeah,
It's
don't
a
worry
Mexican
about it.
witch.
I get it.
Jonathan.
Okay.
Basically.
But yeah, I get it. Don't worry about it. You don't have to feel guilty. Basically, don't beat yourself up over it. Like literally the original wording of the tweet was don't beat yourself up over it. But if you must, I guess you could beat him up a little next time you see it. I think I edited it. I don't remember exactly what it came to, but it did have that joke somewhere in there. Anyway. So yeah,
he's an asshole anyways.
You gotta never even jokingly and in jest to make your friend feel better while saying you're okay with them liking a person.
Yeah.
Never wish anything bad upon a person on Twitter.
It is. Yep. But and yet, like Twitter will say, "Hey, yeah, we can build the algorithm to like ban all the white nationalists off the platform, but if we do that, we can ban a bunch of conservative Republicans too, and that's a bad thing."
Yeah, they won't ban the Nazis, but they ban the herpes.
Because they can't ban the Nazis without accidentally banning all the Republicans too.
Right, if they ban the Nazis, then the president would be off Twitter, and how would they remain relevant?
Because
Twitter was relevant before Trump, but hey.
But they need perpetual growth, so they need to grow in relevance. They can't shrink in relevance.
Yep, just like constantly grow, and just like cancer. Cancer constantly grows, and so capitalism is cancer.
That's more complicated than that, but
true.
Cancer is a cell that refuses to die, basically.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a point in my life.
So is Trump
that I regret, where I defended the idea of making that statement.
Anyways,
trying to think of good news to talk about.
Well, we did talk about the French firefighter that were awesome for one.
So
Macron is still a piece of shit.
Of course. But that's not good news.
No. Well, that's news that makes us feel more in solidarity, I guess. Like we're all in the same shit together, even if it's less
Bernie has
here.
overtaken Biden as #1 in the polls.
Yeah, but the polls, that's not.
Yeah, it's just polls, so it's just like we have like gotten our
The
hopes
point
up
is, if he starts winning enough, then people might give up and just let him be the nominee.
hopefully.
Or not.
I mean, honestly, it's just like we cannot vote in socialism. We won't be able to vote away capitalism. We just cannot vote away the state. We cannot like vote.
But I think Bernie has a better chance of winning.
I personally do think that Bernie has a better chance of winning in general. Yes.
I don't know, comrade. I think the French has begun soft. He still has his head. He shouldn't. But hey.
Yeah. There's also
so do you remember last time that we started beheading people? The people we were beheading took the beheader devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
What were they?
Yeah.
What?
In the French Revolution, we were beheading the nobles, and wealthy people ended up kind of just taking over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't nobles, though.
No, they weren't nobles, but they were wealthy people. They
they were the ones who bought the guillotines in the first place. So they did. A lot of people think the French Revolution was a peasant revolution. It wasn't. It was a bourgeois revolution.
Yeah,
it was a liberal revolution.
Yes, yeah. just like the English Civil War and the American Revolution. It was the bourgeoisie revolution.
They were the only ones who had the means to go there. The peasants followed the movement, so to speak. But
so what you're saying, Julie, is that we really are radlibs because we support a bourgeois revolution.
No, I'm saying at the time, bourgeois didn't mean the same thing as today.
True.
And they weren't as bad as aristocrats, so it's a good thing.
At the time, yes.
Liberalism.
I mean, that is
promised
fair. Liberalism
freedom
is definitely
and stuff.
better than aristocracy.
Yeah. I think I can't remember who did the great history of liberalism and how it leads to fascism. Was that in Windows Studios or?
No. Well, okay. So, Philosophy 2.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't think.
Dumpster Flower did the dark side of liberalism.
Might be Dumpster Flowers because it talked about how there's that wonderful tension at the heart of liberalism.
Yes.
Where it wants to be socialist on the one hand and fascist on the other.
Yeah.
Because liberalism, as originally conceived, was a method for the bourgeois to gain power by lying to the peasants.
Good night, Mithril. I'm so sorry for your loss.
That's right. It's Brexit Day as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna step away for a moment to use the facilities. I'll be back in a few.
Yeah, go take a shit.
I appreciate your candor.
It's so yeah. So I think you might be referring to like Dumpster Flowers, a video of the dark side of liberalism. Yeah, it's a great.
Where they go through and they show how each and every one of the liberal promises to the peasants was actually a lie.
Yes,
and that liberalism more closely aligns with fascism.
Where? When?
Dumpster Flowers video series, A Dark Side of Liberalism, and went through. It was like 5 videos, and like went through all of like the tenets of liberalism and checked off each and every one's like no, because like when there's capitalism to protect, they will just slash any of all of the protections that liberalism espouses.
Right.
Link in the chat.
Because even like sectarianism or no secularism.
For fuck's sake, David.
Oh, David. It's just like because that's right. We haven't talked about that because today is Brexit Day.
It's right. Though we are going to die soon.
True. It's like things happen. Oh, that's right. Impeachment. The Senate. Last I know, I haven't like.
They voted against hearing witnesses, and
yes,
testimony and such.
Yes. So the Republicans that control the Senate are not going to listen to witnesses in the impeachment trial.
They only got 2 defectors, so
I
it was
saw
like a
that.
51-49
How is that
vote.
even legal?
Because the Senate can do whatever it wants, and the Senate's controlled by the Republicans, and the Republicans are assholes.
The Republicans are fascists. They're
And
either.
why is a justice matter not handled by a judge?
There is a judge that presides over it, but yet it is.
Oh, okay. There is a judge.
There is a judge, but he's just there to be a judge. He
Hit the
doesn't
gavel.
have any real power.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just here for show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
That's as far as I know.
He can adjudicate on the rules that the Senate decided beforehand, but it was the
Yeah,
Senate who
Comrade
decided the
Abbott is
rules.
on point. What kind of court won't hear witnesses? That's very weird.
A kangaroo court,
Yes.
but that's a wonderfully appropriate
Whiteness
typo.
is
Yeah.
yes, David. You're very right. You're very white.
Yes, a court doesn't want to hear, won't hear whitenesses.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh God, John is dying.
Well, like David said, we're all going to die soon. Well, no, David said that to Mithril because Brexit Day is also happening.
No, he said that Mithril is going to die soon.
Yeah. David said that Mithra's going to die. And Marty's. Oh wait, it's beyond the time we stopped recording the podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, the world is fucked up, is it? Should we spend our money to try to see each other before we all die?
I'm thinking about becoming a terrorist, start blowing up oil pipelines, shit like that, you know.
Yeah. Well, we got to if
but
we
don't tell
to...
Steve; he wouldn't like it.
He posted something on his timeline like that the people who vote for Biden are like, no, that wasn't that. That was about Republicans, and we will fight them to the death in the polls.
Yeah, he shared someone that someone posted, and
God. That was so cute.
But then, right now, again, respected. All you're going to do is just go to the polls. That's not really going to change anything. She got comments from people, but she also blocked people after that, and it's just like. And I said, it's going to listen, this kind of change is going to need a lot more than polls. It's just direct action and unionization, organizing.
No, but the sad thing is people don't realize that violence is necessary as long as violence isn't splashing onto them, the violence of the state. I mean.
Yes.
They are disliking the idea of violence because they are pretty safe generally. You don't see a lot of disabled folks, trans folks, people of color, all that shitting on, talking about fighting the Republicans in the polls. Honestly, that's cute. That's all I have to say about that. And at the same time, I hate to burst their bubble because ignorance is bliss. But, you know.
It's just like... I mean... like Steve Shives was saying on his last gun control video, he said, "Talk right to your senators." As the one.
My senator is Lindsey Graham.
A right to representatives. That's what he said too.
That is.
Lindsey Graham is Trump's defender in the Senate.
It's your senator.
Yeah.
Oh
yes,
my God.
South Carolina.
Not Mitch McConnell, but
I'm so
Lindsey
sorry.
Graham.
Well, it's not. Better.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I know him because of Brett Kavanaugh.
Yes, but
he was the guy with the face.
Lindsey Graham. We all.
And
Lindsey
he
Graham
has-
talked against Trump when he thought Trump
And he
was
has
going
a
to
girl's
lose.
name.
Well,
Well,
in the same way that Ashley is a girl's name,
and
or
Aaron.
Terry, or Shannon,
or Jamie,
or Jamie,
is
or Aaron.
I already said Aaron, yeah. But everyone thought that like Lindsey Graham was going to be a swing vote just like John McCain.
And then Lindsey Graham said, "Fuck that! I have no spine. I am a coward."
Yeah, and so
I don't think he's a coward. I think he's for Trump. Well,
No, he was against Trump once upon a time. We have quotes of him
Really?
literally calling Trump stupid and crazy
Yes.
and shit like that and a criminal. And then Trump won the primary, and Lindsey Graham did a complete 180.
Sorry, someone on Facebook just said Billie Eilish isn't metal, and I need to go smite them.
I need to listen to Billie Eilish because like
She won 4 of the biggest Grammys, and she deserved all of it. I mean, I don't really care about that capitalist bullshit, but in that case, I make an exception. She deserved it, really. That kid is the opposite of everything you see in the pop industry these days. She doesn't make metal, she makes pop for sure, but she is metal as fuck. I mean, in one of her videos, she puts a fucking tarantula in her mouth. A real one. That's. I love her.
That's pretty hardcore, yeah.
She's so cool. She's 18 too.
Joanna just like DN me, lol, the cat closed me out of YouTube. I don't know if Lindsey Graham was on the Daily Show Piss Drunk once upon a time. He's been in the Senate for a long time. And it's like listening to John Marksy now, it's like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell made statements in the Bill Clinton impeachment that they were all for the due process and like you must hear witnesses or else it's not a real trial. And now they're just like not having witnesses in this not real trial.
Oh, talking about your shit country. I had a question because a comrade on Anarchist Memes sent us a PM to ask us if we knew of resources to, I don't know, do activism, I guess, in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia specifically?
Do you know of anything over there? Or I told them that I would ask. So
I don't know if I would only go with like leftist organizations that I know if that are like national and like ask them and suggested that like they see if they can join local chapters of those like organizations if they can, like the IWW, the DSA, the Socialist Rifle Association.
IWW. I think it is an actual anarchist. I'm not sure he's interested in the IWW, but.
Oh, I'm a member of the IWW. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, but you're more broad than just your typical anarchist. I don't know. Anarchists are, a lot of them have some disdain for the IWW. That's deserved, but I mean, that's the only thing you have. Really have a choice, but that's sad.
Rashida Tlaib booed Hillary Clinton.
Who?
Oh yeah, the Rashida Tlaib is a congresswoman.
She's
from
one of the
Michigan.
squad.
Yes, she's one of the squads.
Oh, okay.
And Bernie Sanders had an Iowa event, and Hillary Clinton was there or something, and Rashida Tlaib booed her. That's all I know. It's just the title of the YouTube video.
So he says, I want to do more in the anarchist community, but I have no idea where to start, and I don't have a lot of friends with the same views as me our driven passion to change the world for the better.
Kevin's in the chat. Penis.
Oh
Hello.
God. Hi, Kevin. Fuck you.
I guess Kevin's stream was like over because like well, no, wait, no, he didn't do a stream today. No, that was probably just like Mir he did.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, Kevin, I don't like watch a lot of your latest stuff.
Mhm.
Condolences, Kevin, for your loss.
Yes, that's right. It is Brexit Day. We are all okay. Who else is not in like a shit situation right now? Because like Brexit in France,
David.
David, yeah, the Swede. Fuck you, David. It's Australia's having wildfires. At least New Zealand's all right, I guess.
Yeah, New Zealand is cool.
Yeah, they have the pregnant lady, but she's not pregnant anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Comrade, I wasn't talking shit about the Wobblies, but yes,
You
I
were
was.
kind of talking shit
Kinda,
about
yeah.
the Wobblies.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they're a bunch of misogynistic fucks. So
Well, yeah, I have heard of that. There can be the problems of like some local chapters have been
But-
like.
hey, the CNT in France are too. So
Oh, okay. So it's like.
that's
Yeah.
like society.
Yeah, that's like society, but that's why like we are concerned about like the rise of these bread tubers that like are de-radicalizing people, but they're still have their edginess or think their edginess is okay, but also that they will think that like they're leftists now, they can be leftists now and join these organizations without like realizing intersectionality or realize the problems about that. It's almost like this. It's almost like a bread tube is now the skeptosphere in this way.
Can I just say, I'm back by the way, but can I just say, being, I am not willing to grant them that edginess is the same thing as using slurs and promoting bigotry.
That's fair.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
People like Vosh say I'm edgy, and
Oh,
that's
why are we
code to
talking
him
about them?
for-
I thought
brought
we
it
were
up.
talking about the IWW. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading the chat.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
We are
fault.
talking about bread tubers. Yes.
I was still on the IWW.
But
I gotcha.
okay, so Lito, since you weren't paying attention to me, you were reading the chat. I mentioned how my
I'm
internet is
sorry,
on-
Marty is saying stuff. I'm paying attention.
Marty is responding to Jonathan.
Yes. So we were talking about the IWW local chapters. Some local chapters have a problem of like misogyny. That's just society. But also, I think the influence of the big bread tubers is also bringing in a lot of these white dude bros that think they can be dirtbag and leftists. And
I don't think the bread tubers have any influence whatsoever on society, honestly. It's giving them a lot of credit.
I understand why you think that, but I run into in real life organizing circles, I run into stands of bread tubers who have got a lot of their
Yeah, sorry,
understanding
maybe in your country. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well,
I
maybe in
always-
Portland or
I
Seattle.
always forget we don't live on the same planet, basically.
Yeah, no. One thing that I know is the West Coast of the United States is much more online than a lot of areas.
that's a good point.
And so I live on the West Coast of the United States.
Same here.
Okay, why do
Yeah.
people who do actual activism care about what a bunch of liberals are saying on the internet about leftism?
They're not viewing you know how it is that you talk about like that you like sometimes just watching a movie and you don't want to actually have like a critical eye, and not just you, like lots of people. Like,
yeah,
that's a normal
but
thing.
that's a movie. You know what I mean?
Right, but so they do the same thing, but they don't watch movies, they watch YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah, but
That's just how
but
they
no,
unlock.
You can do. Okay, so
But no, seriously, Leto, people just watch BreadTube and treat that as their entertainment that they don't critically examine because they're vegging or they're just sitting back and relaxing, but yet they also think they are doing activism by watching BreadTube.
Well, there's that, but there's also people that do real activism, and they watch
Yeah,
RedTube to relax. But
that's
that's
the
because
ones-
it's entertainment to them, and they're not thinking about it in terms of propaganda, which means they don't realize because they're not critical of it, and they're not viewing it as propaganda.
Oh, so it gets to their head without
Exactly.
them realizing it. Okay, I get it.
I just watch Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
You watch tentacle porn.
True, I also watch
We
tentacle
don't.
porn.
That's very true. The left tube thing is mostly an Anglo-Saxon thing. And
yes, it is.
Not a lot of people in countries that don't have English as their language watch those videos. I mean,
is there a francophone left tube?
Not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there a
that's why it is that-
phenophone left tube?
No, there's not really a left tube.
That's
There
the
are
reason why it is that I keep dating people who speak French.
there are leftist YouTubers, but it's not.
You're a total accent slut. Be honest.
I mean, what are you doing tonight, Julie?
Americans. You can talk, John. All Americans are accent sluts.
Yeah.
That's something we can say about you. That you must be the only people in the world that like
Everything
hearing
sounds
people
sexier in
butchering your
foreign.
fucking language.
It sounds sexy.
Italian's
some-
prettier. No offense,
yeah.
Julie.
What?
Italian's
Italian's-
prettier.
She's half Italian, though.
I really don't like Italian as a language.
I like Italian. I think it's
I
You
like
should watch-
Spanish, but not
I like
Italian.
Spanish too.
Watch episodes 7 and 8 of Star Wars in Spanish. Finn and Poe just language fuck each other the entire time. It's wonderful.
I'm not watching Star Wars in Spanish. I'm sorry.
I am,
No.
I
dude,
absolutely am doing this now.
Yes, because honestly, this is a rare kind of like extra that like anime does. Most anime just have like the cleaned up.
Oh
close-
god, this is on to anime now.
because in the first disc of Slayers, the original first
We're
series of
fucked.
Slayers. Yes, as they did this thing where they played the language tracks of one of the scenes in Italian, Spanish, and I think French as well. I gotta say, we were kind of want to watch all of Slayers in Spanish because like of how sultry Lena Inverse was, but then we listened to the Italian and it's like, oh man, that's much more sultry in that one. I wish we listened to all of Slayers, or at least just all of Lena Inverse's dialogue in
The
Italian.
anime French dubs are comical mostly. They don't know how, even for stuff super serious, like Okuto no Ken is a comedy in the French dub. It's amazing.
I mean, well, like, look, that guy's exploding and white goo is coming out of his body. No,
But
yeah,
that-
seriously.
No, but I'm
seeing John's
laughing at-
face.
Is that a
laughing
metaphor or
I'm laughing at Marty's comment, not at you, John.
But
living
I'm
in
seeing
the
John,
UK?
but I'm seeing John Brabham's face, and he's not know what I'm talking about. So yes, in Hokuto no Ken, because again, Japan has actual standards for the television broadcast. Sometimes, depending on the time slot, they cannot show blood, so they have to.
Sometimes.
So to get around that, they'll still show the rest of the violence, but what is coming out of their bodies is not red.
He's
they
black.
make it out. Or black. That can use black.
In
But
Okuto no Ken, it's mostly black.
I guess I just
Racist.
remember the scenes where it's white.
Or
Like,
they painted black in France, maybe, because because you have to understand, in France, anime are targeted to children, even
Yes.
fucking Okuto no Ken.
yes.
Even fucking City Hunter, which is a sexual thing.
Yes.
It's censored and dubbed in a way that is very funny and all that, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
if they put white stuff in Japan, I'm guessing the French producer maybe changed it to black,
Yes.
not knowing what it was, that it was supposed to be blood.
Yeah, but but in one of my they also do that, and they did it in My Bride's a Mermaid, and I love that show. But like, there's some violence, and so like instead of like the guy's eardrums are supposed to be like shot, and so it's supposed to be blood coming out of his ears, but instead it's sparkling liquids. And so, yes, it is unintentionally hilarious. But that show, My Bride's a Mermaid, is a comedy, though, so it kind of works. But no, actually, censorship of anime also happens in America too. Famously, for kids, does terrible things.
Oh
to,
boy,
like,
David, no. The French are very proud of their not childishness. That's
The French go
The
from
French are
13 to
snobs.
45.
The French are snobs, basically. That's all you need to know. That's not a stereotype that is false. We are fucking snobs.
But we have confirmation that little Ano is a child.
Oh, I am totally.
Yes, but no, and like Yu-Gi-Oh for kids.
Yeah, but yeah, I know you say that jokingly, but when you have depression as a child and as a teenager, you know, you don't have a childhood or a teenagedom. So when you finally are treated, you live your best life as a child. But I'm 40. That's the no, and
Hey, live your
also there's undiagnosed autism, I think. So something I should take care of is go see a neurologist. But
yeah. I probably should, because like people
not that I care anymore to have, but I think it's important to other people that because I'm a woman and women are traumatically underdiagnosed.
Yeah,
I should go take the test. I've taken enough online tests to know where I stand, but
maybe I should see if there's online tests for ADHD.
And also,
or
I
ADD.
mean, when I'm stressed, I pull my hair out. No neurotypical person does that. Yeah, look, I cut myself a fringe here.
It looks good.
No, it doesn't. That's because I have the. No, it doesn't, because look, that's all my side cuts is that length, and the rest of my hair is like in my clip hair is very long, and so the side that is regrowing now has a tendency to because they're at that shitty length.
Yeah, they can't tie back. You can't tie back that.
No, I can't yet. But they're too long to go nicely where I want to put them, if that makes sense. So my head looks like, I don't know, nothing, a rag or something. But I'm even past the dead raccoon now. It's I think just after my birthday, which is in 1 month. In the links.
PayPal in the links. I'll put them.
I think after my birthday, it's going to be long enough that I can equalize everything. I'm going to have a short bob. I know I wear it well, so I think it's will be good enough. But I still have very, very short hair here. That's because when I'm stressed, I do that with my hair. But I do that very repeatedly, and I pull on it harder and harder. I'm not trying. I don't do it on purpose, but that's steaming. That's called steaming for those who don't know in the chat.
Okay.
It's repetitive gestures that people
stimulate
that are
and
on this spectrum do to calm down. Yeah.
I see. Okay. I think we're at a good point though, like stopping the stream and stopping recording, unless anyone else has like something to bring up.
No, not really. Okay.
Yeah, I think that like we all said like what we needed to said, and we like cleared the air of like a lot of things. So, and I
That doesn't prevent us from going for 3 hours usually, but I'm
well, some of us have to eat. You have to go to bed eventually.
no, I'm not sleeping anytime soon, babe. Oh
Jonathan,
boy.
I'm poor. I've never eaten.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm still saving up for housing.
Yeah.
Jamie
I've
doesn't
got to be
eat.
responsible. I can't
I
spend
don't
money
sleep.
until I can afford an entire house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you attacked the death box.
Yeah.
It's your scheme to make money. Step
It's my
one.
scheme to make money.
Yep.
Which,
Clout chaser.
it was my scheme to lose my only platform by which I could make money, so I could make money.
Yeah.
But you'll get it back with interest. It's a thing.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Because logic again.
Yeah, because of logic again. Yeah.
Step one, attack the coffin.
Anyways.
Step two, steal underpants. Profit.
Still underpants. Yeah.
The people keep posting kittens on Facebook, and I feel I am steaming with envy.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming. I'm still not ready, but I feel the envy. I have the most pretty thing. Look at that. Can you read? Or
All
is it
you need
inverted?
is love and a cat. Is that a water bottle? Hot water bottle?
Yes, it's my hot water bottle.
A hot water bottle. Yes.
I found it on Amazon. I'm a little ashamed, but that was my Christmas gift that I made to myself. A hot water bottle with a cat on it. That's sad. Yeah, for my birthday, I want to go have a haircut. I look like shit. I have eczema on my face and all. Oh God. I need to sleep and eat properly, and that's not coming anytime soon because it keeps raining and I can't sleep with those fucking ankles. Anyways, so sometimes I fall asleep on my chair while I'm playing The Sims.
I can believe that. Yeah.
And you wake
I'm
up and
so
they're pregnant with
exhausted.
twins.
No, my self-sim is not getting pregnant anymore. She's too old now.
Yeah.
She's got 4 daughters though, and I didn't cheat any of them. To be daughters, I mean, you can influence. When
You mean you can abort the boys?
No. No.
Miss Andrew. No, I get it.
It's
Miss
even
Andrew.
better than that. While you are pregnant, if you listen to pop and eat strawberries, you will have a girl. And if you listen to alternative and eat carrots, you will have a boy.
Okay. In The Sims.
Wait, yes, in The Sims.
I mean, there's people actually believe that there are some things you can do to like actually make sure that you have a boy, have a girl.
Some people believe that, yeah.
Is like that Steve Irwin like had to keep his testicles cool to make sure that he has a boy.
What?
Yes, he talked about that. Instead of wearing like normal underwear, he has
That's not how that works.
Yeah, we're not alligators.
Yeah. Also, biological sex, genitals are decided in the womb after the fact. The male gamete is carrying both. That's not how that works. Do things. He has to keep his balls cool. That's how you kill sperm, though, I think. Because sperm needs heat. That's why they are protected in a little bag.
Yes.
No, it's they can overheat and
yes.
they will kill them.
They will die if they get too
that's
hot,
why they are not inside your body, but
Oh yeah, no, I mean you can put them on ice and they that's what sperm banks do.
Yeah.
Preserve them.
yes, that's right. You can put them on ice. Oh, so
Which
it's
is why
heat
you got to be
that will
careful
kill
about
them.
women
Okay.
stealing the condom out of the trash and putting it in the freezer. They're trying to sperm jack
Yeah,
it.
we have. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing that on like Tom
That's why it's
Likas.
important. That's why you might as well not even use one. Because they're just like, you know, all of us. That's what we do. We steal your condom.
Yep.
Yep.
So that you can
and then
become
we
welfare
just-
queens.
Yep, because that's our goal, is to need
Chunk out
to
puppies so
feed
that you
another
can
mouth
steal
that we
from
can't
hardworking
afford.
men.
Lefto says Jamie tangles the cords of people's earbuds. Oh, but you're still on that Jamie's thing. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Oh my gosh, some of those allegations too. Like people are literally saying I made up the Lorelai shit.
Oh, of
I
course.
didn't know Lorelai existed when she did that shit. Like
Lorelai is famous on the internet has been famous for years for
there
being
are like
a rapist.
articles in Wired about her.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
And that was when you were way too young to have anything to do with that. I mean, it's been a while
hopefully.
since she's up her bullshit. A few years back, she even faked her fucking suicide to shut up her victims.
Yeah, I can believe that. Knowing her other abusive behavior,
And
yeah.
that's why she's famous for actually when you're not really a leftist and you don't know about the FBI snitch stuff. That's why most people know her for faking her suicide to shut up her victims that she raped. I mean,
Marty, it depends on your dom.
Dude, they put the
Marty's always very interested in those discussions.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Marty is cool. Marty Afternoon is very cool.
Yeah, Marty's the best.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanted to end up there, Jonathan?
I mean, it's like
I think the balls on ice are an even better place to stop, but
that's a better place to stop. Well, I basically ask around. It's like, is there anything else that people want to bring up? And I think
we should always try to end up on a punchline from the chat.
Yes, that's the best way to end these things. On a
Yeah,
high note like
I
that.
like
Balls on ice.
When the people in the chat rock.
Yeah, they do. And it's like we saw a lot of newcomers too, because I've been sharing the links around as well. Kevin showed up to say penis, of course. And so
I'm okay with that.
And also it's like that nothing that happened in the chat, like no one has called us liars. And so yeah.
Our viewers are nice.
I was pretty surprised that we didn't get flooded with stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess people didn't make the connection between you and the podcast.
Oh god, they would have been welcomed. Sorry, you can see my sadistic little smile. I'm sorry. I've been wielding the banhammer on anarchist memes for 5 years now. Those little shits can go, and I'm trained.
You were born. See, no, I was born.
I'm very good at. Yeah, I'm very good at what I do.
So, give our friends money. Give Jamie J money. Give Little Ano money. Give Phoenix money. Sub to her Patreon to help her increase her income. Socialists like ninjas actually in a do or die situation. She said on like Twitter, or they said on Twitter, and so hopefully that she can like get out of that, because like landlords are evicting and her partner. So. And it's just like, yeah, she knows about like public assistance. She knows about all those things, but it's like she needs help now. So it's early in the chat. So if you can, or it's on my Twitter, if you can, please, if you can give it for those who are on Twitter. And so, all the links are down there. Sub to my channel.
I'm not a priority. Please.
True.
Give to Phoenix and Johanna first, and Jamie. And I'm not. I'm basically homeless, but I have a home, obviously, which is not mine anymore, but you know what I mean. Anyways, and also in France we have rights, like in your country. And the day I find an apartment and all that, I can have the states provide me money to pay for the move and buy basic furniture. So, you know, I live in a civilized country.
You're happy to be writing right now, but but freedom is a constant struggle. Title of Angela Davis book.
Yeah, but still, if you want to give me a few bucks for my birthday, I wouldn't be against it, because I'm out of money almost, and I really need to have a haircut. I'm ugly.
You're fine. So
no, make me pretty.
So
you say that because my hair is hidden by the.
Yeah,
I don't have your pretty hair.
Even my aunts have been like jealous of my hair, and my great aunt was jealous of my hair too, especially how.
Well, look at that mermaid hair. Honestly, so pretty.
I'm also wearing my Little Pony, My Little Heroes.
It needs
t-shirt.
some moisture, though, babe.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Moisturize your hair.
Yeah, I should do that. Okay. Follow us on various places.
Okay.
I'm done.
And that. This time I can hear the music.
It's too loud. I have to put my headphones off.
All right, goodbye, comrades and potential comrades.
Bye, babes.
Bye. Stop.